Top five, top five, top five.
Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang with a white shirt, whiter than Yayo. She's Stephanie. She's more Les than Paul, and she's shorter than a Star Wars crawl.
You don't even know who Les Paul is.
And he's the guitar. And he's Nate. Just Nate.
That's
Today, for the film Peppermint with Jennifer Gardner, we're doing top 5 female-led action films. And we have a code to give away. It's going to be Annihilation. Go to our last top 5 and give me the number 2 for both of ours. And comment it on this video and be subscribed. Drop your Instagram or something like that on the bottom. And we'll give you the code. Tell her what the Zemeckis is, guy.
Cool. So if you don't know how to do top 5s, basically one of us will start and that person will do their 5 and 4 and then we'll talk about it. And then everyone will give their 5 and 4 and they'll talk about it. And then we'll go 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. We'll trade off our number 1s. We also have what we call the Zemeckis rule. So basically, if one person has the same movie as someone else on their list, but they have it at a higher spot, then they will say Zemeckis rule. Were you just taking notes?
Yeah.
You've done this before.
If that movie is 2 spots or more higher on their list, and that just means instead of talking about it, then we'll talk about it when it gets to that person, because they have it higher up.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My number 5 is going to be Passion of the Christ. My number 5 is going to be a little bit of a cheat, but it's going to be Emily Blunt's character in Edge of Tomorrow. She's kind of the co-lead, but she still has billing along with Tom Cruise. So that's why it's number 5 and not number 2 or 1. But she makes a man out of Tom Cruise. Good for her. They build her up throughout the beginning of the movie and she lives up to the hype. She's a badass. And she has a dick ton of screen time after they show her. And then my number 4, another kind of cheat, even though she does have top billing, is Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road. She fights Mad Max with one arm and almost wins. You have that great motorcycle fight scene, and she's smart. She thinks on her feet. She puts a fucking fire out on the car hood inside the car with barely just moving. She's shooting people. Great. That was my number 4. Your number 5.
Oh, we're going counterclockwise?
Yeah, East Coast time.
Right. So I thought about cheating with some kind of similar to you did, but I didn't.
They have a lot of screen time.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I just tried to go straight female led.
You're not upset?
I'm all set. 50,000 on my head is disrespect.
I'm sure I will be at some point. So I had to work really, really hard to make this list. Mm-hmm. So these are not necessarily great movies, but they are ones that I enjoy.
That's true.
So number 5, I went Sucker Punch. I didn't expect it, so it's fine.
That's one that I saw. I was like, I know this has a female lead in it.
Yeah, well, it's all female. Yeah. Multiple females.
It's got Oscar Isaac.
It does have Oscar Isaac in it. It's true. So, and Vanessa Hudgens. Yeah, I personally really love that movie. I understand why it's not critically acclaimed, and Zack Snyder the shit out of that movie. But it's complex, it's deep. Basically, you've probably never seen that movie. Mm-hmm. So it's about a girl who has an abusive stepdad. So he sends her to a psych ward, but it's back when they still did lobotomies. So to cope with being in a really shitty psych ward, she lives this fantasy world in her head where she has to complete all these crazy tasks and stuff. But really what it's all building up to is her helping one of the other girls who is definitely not mentally ill at all escaping.
No, I thought it was World of Warcraft.
No. What? So it's a very complex movie. It's very deep. It deals with some dark themes and points out mistakes of past mental health treatment. So I went with that. Number 4, I went Wonder Woman. I would love to hear what that look was for. It's the best DC Universe movie, and it's cliche as heck. But
super cliche.
What do you not like about it?
People
would rather hear that than hear me say things that they've heard about Wonder Woman 1,000 times.
The No Man Land scene so great. We actually talked on it yesterday. She said y'all some fake feminists for liking this movie, and y'all some bitches and some hoes.
I any of that.
What is
But
it?
a lot of the intention behind that, I probably agree
Like
with.
what?
Part of the reason I like avoid action movies a lot, besides the violence, is I really hate how females are sexualized in them. And I think Wonder Woman
Is a little over sexual.
is sexualized, like for sure.
Okay.
And
Like,
that just drove me
on
nuts.
a scale to 1, the Bond girl, where's she at?
Boobies.
I guess that's a Bond girl for then.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, that has nothing to do with why I picked the movie. I mean, like,
That does make me feel better. Okay, number 5. Oh, damn it. Okay, number 5 is probably going to be Atomic Blonde. Don't laugh at me.
did you just... Okay, go ahead.
It has that one scene with the Kanye music and the stairs.
No, and the reason I liked it so much is I really love that time period, the Cold War ending. Like, I really appreciate that area of history, or that time period of history, so I really liked seeing more of a female-driven lead during that period, because there's so many movies out
Yeah.
where that's
And it has lesbians in it. It's factual.
Okay, y'all. Number 4, because I'm allowed to put cartoons in, would definitely be Incredibles 2. Elastigirl in this was brilliant, and I love her
Yeah, that's a female-led action movie.
100%.
I got
And
a
and
question.
you actually saw Violet, like,
Is it Where's Your Super Suit?
No.
Yeah.
So, you didn't put Wonder Woman because it's over sexualized.
mhm.
But fucking Mrs. Incredible's thicker than Jeff Goldblum's chest hair.
that's true.
And, like,
That's true. No, that's
They
so
could have
true.
totally changed that.
They could have 100%
What's your
changed
thoughts on
that.
that then? Because when she's on that bike,
My thoughts are go watch our movie, or the film on the Disney movies and the sexualization.
I
of
above
them,
her
and
head.
A lot of my... What?
don't
Oh.
worry about YouTube stuff.
There's literally an eye above your head.
What the fuck are y'all talking?
You
Yeah, I'm not like a little...
No, it's eye.
I don't want to keep looking up there because I know there's nothing there.
Syllables written on the ceiling.
Stop! Okay.
Oh, she thick. 2 C's.
3, Dylan.
3 C's. My number 3 is Cherry from Planet Terra. Part of the Grindhouse double feature. No?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it though.
So, she's a stripper. And we all know
A
Juicy
what?
J loves
No,
those
hold on.
scribbles.
A what?
You heard him.
But yeah, so she goes from being a scripper and like having an everyday thing, normal day, and then she gets her fucking leg chopped off, and like coping with that and still going around killing the zombies. She has a machine gun for her leg. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm gonna show the clip.
That's pretty dope. And we're back. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is A Lady Snowblood.
Yes!
You really called that. You called that. Okay, you really called that.
You
We
pretentious-
just had this
you
conversation.
pretentious prick. Go ahead. I was right, and
You
I'm
were right.
very, very happy.
Without this, we don't have Kill Bill.
Yes!
Oh, yeah, I like everything.
It's factual. It's facts. They use the same storyline. They borrow some of the shots, some of the characters. Without this, we don't have Kill Bill, and it's done in a cool way. The cinematography is great. You get a good 70s movie, like the grittiness, and like the blood squirting out, and it's like thinking back to like people seeing this for the first time, like what the fuck, you know?
Right, sure.
So, but it's still a really good story. The main difference is the Lady Snowblood, she kills for her mother because the wedding from Kill Bill does actually happen to her mother. So she goes around fucking.
Her mutter.
Yeah, she goes around fucking like all these prison guards.
Squippers.
She goes around fucking all these prison guards to get pregnant, and then has a kid and dies giving birth. So, but the kid wants to revenge on the 4 people that killed her mother. So for me, it's like I can't get into I don't know this chick that died, mother or not. So like I'm not killing for her, but like she takes the role and leads with it and makes it very believable. The twists and turns in the film are very good. Knowing the story of Kill Bill, I was still on the roller coaster ride. Pretentious prick is passing it on now.
My number 3. You love me and you know it.
Oh, abusive kiddo.
No, my number 3 is Tomb Raider.
Which one?
The most recent one.
Okay,
The good one.
that's solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie was awesome.
That's
I mean,
solid.
it's not like, you know, it's not going to be stored in the National Film Archives or anything, but like, it was Lady Indiana Jones. which like it was awesome. That's it. It was great.
You're like, it was a really good movie.
I really, really, really like that movie. I like Alicia Vikander a lot. She's a total badass in it, but like has to like she's already a badass in terms of like all the physical aspects. Like she's clearly already very much so in shape in the beginning of that movie, which allows her to do a lot of the like wacky ass shit that happens later. But like getting to see her character growth and like all that kind of stuff, and like how she literally pretty much handles all that stuff on her own without needing like a bunch of like male assistants and things like that. Like it is a truly female-led action movie, and I really appreciated it.
Because in the first Tomb Raider, she has a team. You know, she has the butler and then the tech. So like she's not doing all.
Right. And when we talk about the casting choice in the original Tomb Raiders, we could go back to over sexualization, but
she thick too.
Well,
One C.
My number 2 is Kill Bill. It's Tarantino, and I fucking love that dude. Yeah. But this is about the females, so like...
The only reason I didn't put her on my list, spoiler alert now, is because...
You put Lady Snowblood on your list?
No, I like every other character more than I like her.
Really?
I get where you would maybe say every other character...
Because we spend so much time with her.
Interesting.
We spend so much time with her.
Yeah.
It's like I get a little bit here, a little bit there, and that's more interesting. I want to know about them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's the only reason I list.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a movie about all of them ending up being in that squad. So, but we get her story. So, like, I mean, she just fucking takes care of her shit.
Segue, my number 3 was Kill Bill.
Yeah, there we go, perfect.
And the reason that it was like so high up on my list is because if you piss a woman off, I think that is such a clear depiction of what's going to happen. Possibly not mass murder, but the idea of like she was systematic and planned and like prepared and very intentional and like
wiggle her dick toe.
So I appreciated that like sort of reality check, and I think I've
been on the receiving end of that. It's very true.
Yeah.
What a toe.
Yeah. Try it. You'll like it.
I'm good.
Try everything twice. Right?
What's your number 2?
My number 2, I'm a little bit embarrassed about.
Okay.
But it was Hunger Games.
Oh.
1. And my reasoning behind this. Stop! I hate you.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and I have reasoning, and it goes back to why I actually really don't like action films.
Uh-huh.
And so I really appreciated that in Hunger Games. Stop laughing!
I'm laughing about how like wide that was.
Okay.
Hunger Games is fine. Like.
Okay.
Whatever.
So, is it a great movie? No. Is the book that wonderful? No. But what I appreciated is that there was violence, there was action, there were all these things that make for a great action movie, but then with Katniss, you saw the internal moral conflict about it. And I really appreciated that because I have such a hard time with violence and with watching violence, so I appreciated that movie because I was able to like get my blood pumping and be like, wow, this is amazing! But then also have her sort of experience that conflict.
Yeah.
That's legitimate.
Wow.
Sarah Connor for Terminator 2. I was like, between her and Ellen Ripley, believe it or not, it was right there. And it was like, whichever one I like more. I like Sarah Connor more. They're both the same character in the second film. They both have that motherly instinct. They're both driven. They kick ass. They're both badass.
Hey, what is your number 1?
So my number 1 is... No.
Good.
The better of the 2 females in the Star Wars universe, which is Jyn Erso from Rogue One.
I like that movie.
Yeah, Rogue One. It's like the best female-led action movie. Period. There's not really any argument. Comes from like super humble upbringings, like literally from nothing, turns herself into something with literally no one's help, right? Like pieces all this shit together. Like she's the mastermind behind all of it. Literally, her determination and drive is what like gets everything that needs to get done in that movie done. What's your number?
My number 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mulan.
Yes! It's Mulan! With Mulan, what I really love is there's purpose behind violence, which is serving her family.
Mm-hmm.
What I also love about Mulan, which I don't see in a ton of movies, is like her massive leadership. Like, she wasn't just like, hey, like, guys, I can convince this handful of people to do something that I really want them to do, and I might like use a little bit of manipulation or whatever. No, she like literally led an army. She's super badass. She's super feisty. She is just a well-rounded character, and I feel like her character grows throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, and she's friends with an Eddie Murphy dragon.
That's true.
That's also true.
She is.
There's pluses all around.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good list.
Good roof fight scene.
Yeah, it is.
We have a lot of different dynamics on female-led action movies, and if you like this dynamic, no, I'm not using that word. Fuck it, threesome. Trio, that's the word I was looking for. Trio. Like, comment, subscribe.
Shot the shots now. Dedication 5.